We're back now at 6:14 on your Monday. The Trump administration looking to remove nursing from the list of professional degrees. This could bring more issues for anyone looking for medical care under the already ongoing nursing shortage.
So these potential changes would make it even harder for someone to get a nursing degree. Your reporter Anna Stansfield live outside of the state capitol building this morning to explain what this could mean for you. Anna, good morning. What's the latest?
Well, Caitlin, good morning. This potential change would only take away some of the money that's typically reserved for those professional degrees from nursing students, making it even more expensive for them to get that degree, which a lot of people are worried will only worsen the nursing shortage we're already seeing. As the Department of Education is looking to make cuts to providing student loans, nursing students are on the chopping block. If this goes through, you'll likely see impacts no matter where you seek your medical care, at a time when long wait times and packed hospitals are already becoming the norm as the nation continues to experience a nursing shortage. And this doesn't just affect nurses either. Some of the other degrees that are missing from the proposed updated list include physician assistants, physical therapists, and social workers, who could all expect school to get a lot more expensive if they have to go without the loans they've been receiving for years. And these proposed changes would only counter some of the efforts that local lawmakers have done over the last few years to make it easier and more affordable for people in our state to get that nursing degree. Today at noon, Senator Richard Blumenthal is going to join some of Connecticut nurses here at the Capitol building to speak out against what these potential changes could mean for us here in our state. I'm your reporter in Hartford, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Anna, thank you.